Lance Hall here. Happy to welcome Yves Campion of Nightmare to Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. How you doing, Yves?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much.
I'll apologize the background. My dogs like to put in cameos here every once in a while, but I think they're going to be shushed down here in a little bit. New album Encrypted is coming out June 7th on AFM Records. I have heard a advanced copy of it. It is a fantastic album, Yves. You got to be excited to get this thing out to the people.
Thanks a lot. We are very excited about it because we had a lot of work to make something a little special after the change of singer, and I can say that it's also our most ambitious album to date. So, in terms of songwritings and testing new musical approach and stuff like that. So yeah, we are really excited and really happy about it.
Excellent. You know what? I want to jump right in the album because I made some notes on some of the songs. And well, first off, let's talk about you worked with let me see, what do I have here? Producer. I don't dare to say the name. I think I'm gonna mispronounce it. The first name Simone.
Simone Molaroni, the
Okay.
Italian producer. Yeah.
And how did that go as far as the production?
Very good because we know Simone because he did our last previous album at Tottenham also, and we were really impressed about production, mixing, and mastering. Now I think he did a lot of great albums, like the new album of Michael Romeo, and a lot of albums, and we like the way how he mixed and how he understand how to make strong production with guitars up front, and we always we were really happy about what he did for Eternum, and we didn't want to change because we were aiming for the same kind of musical approach and production stuff. So for us, it was really the right choice.
Cool. And the cover work, tell us about the person who did the cover work for you as well.
Yeah, it's a friend of Barbara, the singer. His name is Frank Jana. It's French artist, and um, we try things with him. And when we got the first artwork that he was proposing, we say, "Wow, it's totally amazing!" And he understand also the music, the artistic direction that we wanted to give to the album, um, and he's very close to Barbara. It's a good friend of ours, so she explained him a lot of what we wanted to do about the artwork direction, designs, and stuff, and they work closely together, and he was the perfect match about what we wanted to do, and we were very happy about what he proposed. And also, it's not for the first time, because usually we use an artist that do a cover, maybe a vinyl cover, and that's it. And then we use for advertising and stuff, we use the artwork, and we do it by ourselves. But this time he's doing not only this, he's doing also the scenery for the stage, and all that is related to artworks for the band, and new direction of the art is involved in everything. And he's very fast and good, and yeah, it's the right choice that we did this time.
Yeah. Now you mentioned this is your first album with Barbara. How did she come into the band? How did that all come about?
She was jumped into the train rolling. I mean, it was amazing because she arrived, it was September the 2 years to 20, I don't remember, time is rolling, 22. I mean, we had this show, first show was at the Full Metal Holiday in Mallorca, and we were supposed to play a short set because we didn't expect it that we would be like the headliner with Gravedigger at this place. We were not the headliner, but we played just before Gravedigger, so we said, wow, maybe we will play half an hour, but she finally or showtime was like 75 minutes, so she had to learn 75-minute set in less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
So it was a real huge challenge for her, and she made it. She managed it, and so she jumped on the train right away. And then just after that, we have other shows. We had the 70,000 tons of metal cruise, then the tour. After we toured with Rhapsody of Fire, the full European tour. So she had no time to think about things. She was already jumped like this into it, and it's good because usually when you have a new member, then first you go to the studio and you record in the studio, and then comes to the live, and maybe sometimes the live is different than the studio, but she did the opposite. So she did a lot of live before entering to the studio, and it was really a good experience for that.
Now with this album Encrypted, were all these like any of these songs left over from previous albums, or is this all brand new music that you guys came up with for this?
No, it's only brand new music. It's only the bonus track on the album is it's an old song that we play all the time, which is Eternal Winter. But it's a song that we will re-recorded, reproduced, and made it sound different than it was before. And this is the bonus track of the album.
Excellent. Well, let's get into some of the tracks. Start with track 2, The Blossom of My Hate. I love that title. It's a great contrast. You think of a blossom of like a flower or something, but then the blossom of my hate. And I love the verse in there is, crown or cross, make your choice. Your cold heart struggles without any compassion or prayers. I will take your breath away. I really liked that lyric. I thought that was awesome. When it comes to the songs, does everyone contribute, or does one person write the lyrics, one person write the music? How does it all come together?
For this song, it's a question to ask to Barbara, because she made the lyric of this song. She did this nice lyrics on. I did also some other songs, and we share ideas, but on most of the songs she did the lyrics. I work also on melodies, but particularly to this song, it's her own lyrics. And yes, I think it fits to the song, with this kind of arch enemy touch to this song, which probably the song that it's the song that she grows on all the verses. and I can tell you a secret, it's the opening song of the live show.
Nice. Excellent. Track 4, Saviors of the Damned. I like the video for this one. I got like a real Invasion of the Body Snatchers, that 50s flicks with the pod people. You familiar with that one at all?
Not really.
An old-time horror movie.
I'm not really into horror movie, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. What was the sort of vibe you were going for in that video with everybody sort of shrouded?
I mean, it fits totally to the title track, "Savior of the Damned," and originally we were supposed to have a different approach on this video clip with the producer that made the clip. We had to shoot the video outside, but on this day we had a terrible weather, and we had changed all the plans at the last minutes. And what we can say is that the producer got this idea about putting some plastics on people and bring some people, actors, and acting on this. And he has a brilliant idea made at last minute, and I can say that it turned out really well for what we had, because we had a totally different kind of pre-production of this video clip before, and we moved to something totally new, and yes, I can say that it worked very well at the end.
Cool, excellent. The next track, "Wake the Night," I got when this track started in my earbuds the night I was listening to this, I got like an instant Judas Priest vibe to this song, the way it opens up in the riff, and I'm talking like Priest from like Painkiller, you know. And what a solo in that. So I'm a guitar solo guy, so I'm a
Right.
instant fan of those. Great track, killer track right there.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks a lot. It's also the track that composed by Matt, and he has this old school vibe of pure heavy metal, you know,
Yeah.
and we also knows where we come from, and the roots of Nightmare are pure heavy metal in the old times also, and we experimented a lot on this album, but we wanted to keep also what we are for. Therefore, it's a band that comes from the heavy metal new wave of British heavy metal from the whole time, maybe. And
Yeah,
that the thing
definitely.
is that yeah, we wanted to have this kind of touch of you're right. It's pure Judas Priest. He is a pure Judas Priest fan,
Yeah.
and I am also, and maybe Primal Fear and that kind of I mean, pure power metal stuff. We wanted to keep that because it is also the trademark of Nightmare. And even if we change a little bit of styles, we wanted to keep that in the album.
Yeah. We're down to track six, which is Encrypted, which is the title track. Now, I got to ask you, I'm looking at the definition of encrypted, and it's like to conceal data or convert data into a code. How are you using the word encrypted in the song, on the title, stuff like that? What's the meaning behind encrypted, or is there one? Or is it just a word that you liked?
No, it's more. I know what you mean, but about the meaning of encrypted when you first look at it like this.
Yeah.
But it's more in a way that everything is written. You know, like everything is written on purpose, and not. You know, everything have a meaning, and it's encrypted in what's going to be in the future. That we got remains of the past that tells the future, and everything it's there, and it's the karma of every people is written. That's what we wanted to say.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Very cool. I'm glad I asked the question. Now I know. um, Track 8, White Lines. I love the opening riff, the double bass in this, and I mean I love Barbara's vocals anyway, but I think this was my favorite vocal of hers on the album. Really, really good. What's the what do we need to know about White Lines?
Same that Wake the Night. I think it's the Matt, when he wrote this song, had this idea about bringing back to heavy metal roots to the new musical approach that we had, and keep that feeling of Judas Priest, Primal Fear, accept, I would say, a little bit of accept. I would compare to, I mean, of course, it's different kind of approach, but I compare this song to metal art. It's this kind of riffing stuff. So yeah, I can say that this song has more accept feel than Wake the Night, which is more Judas Priest, like you said, and you're right about this. But it was the main purpose was to keep the roots that we had into heavy metal.
Cool. The last one I got to ask you about, I mean, I got notes on them all, but track 9, Borderlines, because this was my favorite track on the album. To me, this just melted my face and my ears when I was listening to this song. It was just so heavy.
Thank you.
I would not want to play this while I was driving a car, you know. Definitely a great metal track right there is Borderlines.
Yeah, you're right. It's a faster song than the Wake the Night, for example, and I like it very much. I like the chorus, which is catchy and simple. What we always try to do when we compose is like to have things that people can remember. Mostly, I mean, verses or chorus is very important that you can sing the melody when you are taking your shower.
Yeah.
That's something that we always focus on, and this kind of track is it's really what we think it's a song that we can you can remember the chorus all the time, you know, and which is catchy and yeah, that's why we also handing the album with this kind of track, because it's always important to finish an album with one of the strongest track, and not to finish an album with the one that you don't think is the best, because people has to focus on the whole album and not just the beginning.
I agree. I always give these my last song test. I want to see if the band is working as hard on the last song of the album as they did on the opening track. And you guys definitely did.
Right.
With the bonus cut, Eternal Winter, what made you redo that one? Was this one that, say, Barbara discovered when she was singing live with you guys, or was it a track you guys just sort of picked out randomly? How did that one come about?
Yeah, it's a song that we love. It was one of our classic songs of Nightmare that we that crossed the times, and we played this song with the whole lineup, with Joe and David, and we with all the lineups we had, even with the previous singers, female singers, we played these songs all the time in live, and we thought that as it is the classics. And we had to present Barbara, because when she arrived, we didn't have any recording. She just jumped into the live directly, and we had no recording with her. We said, why not doing a video clip, because this song had no video clip. And then we record the song, go back to the studio, and make it different. That it was, I mean, make it for Barbara, for her, that she can catch everything, that she can bring something new to the song. Like, for example, the second verse, she's growling, which is something we didn't know on the first version. So it's something that we wanted to do, make again these songs with the vibe of now, of the lineup of today, with Barbara on vocals.
Very cool. Want to go back in time a little bit. You know, the band was formed in 1979. You're one of the founding members.
Yeah.
Um, what I got first thing I got to ask is, what was it like to share a stage with Def Leppard in 1983? I mean,
it's 11 of March. I can't remember the date. It was amazing. I mean, it's so long time, but it was really our first incredible concert, and when you had the chance to do this, so it was on the Pyromania tour in big venue in our hometown. So we had the chance to support Def Leppard, and for us it was a dream come true, because they were one of our favorite band, like all the old school, Def Leppard, Judas Priest, Saxon, and all this. We were at this time, they were playing a lot, and we were kids going to see them live. And when we had the chance to do this show, it was amazing, and it was really the first. It was for the band a springboard, kind of. From there, we grow up to things. Of course, we were not the best band in the world at this time. We are younger. I think the lineup today is much better, but of course, it was part of the history, and
sure,
and that's a good memory to. For sure.
I if my memory serves me correctly, I saw those guys in '83 as well, up in Montreal, Canada. And
Wow.
that night they had Gary Moore and Crocus opening up for him.
Wow, great. Yeah, yeah. It was a Pyromania tour, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was a trip.
And
One for the
they
ages.
were really, really, really good at this time. It was
Yeah,
I loved this band at this time, yeah.
yeah. Now you talk about how Maiden, Saxon, and bands like that. I read originally though when you guys first got Nightmare together, you or were in the process of it, you were punk fans.
Yeah, the very, very, very first band. It was not before we were called Nightmare. It was very, very young. We were playing in the garage. We were a
Yeah.
garage band, and the lineup at the time with the singer and Etienne, which he did the first demo of Nightmare in French. We were singing in French. They were
Mm-hmm.
into Sex Pistols and the Damned and UK Subs and stuff like that. So we were more doing this kind of stuff. And naturally, after we grew up with a new lineup, the arrival of Nicola Dominici, the guitar player that's on Waiting for Twilight and Power Universe and more albums after, was really into Iron Maiden. He was composing, wanted to compose like harmony guitars, and it was really he made me discover really Iron Maiden, and of course from there we became a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
We were listening to well, I was not really into punk, it was the lineup at the time that made it
Okay.
like this.
Yeah. To be right there at that time frame though, when the new wave of British heavy metal was really starting to explode, that must have been incredible.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and we were also in the wave of the French wave that with bands like Vulcan, Sortilege, and Edge Bomb and Demonize, and all these that also today are um, old school classics when we say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, we are this kind of part of this also, and we were very proud to be on the scene. We were less known than some other band I'm talking to now, but we were part of this scene and a long, long time ago, of course.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
and it's a
Now, as
part of
far
it also.
as far as you, did you always play bass, or did you, were you the guy that ended up just doing it because no one else would, or how did that come about for you?
I don't know. I don't remember, but it was
Yeah.
funny because the first time when we decided, I was very young, and I was a student at school when my friends we decided to build up a band. We were not playing at all. It was like we decided to build a band with people that were not musicians at all. We said, "Yeah, you take the bass, I take the guitar, and then from there you start something." It was really funny, but. Because maybe we had one guitar player that was already playing guitar before, that he built up a little bit of the stuff, but at the beginning we were like it came like this. I think just because the spots were available. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you're sort of what we call over here is your aha moment when you decided this is what I want to do, the band, the music, musicianship was, did it just come about, you know, as you evolved, or did you have a moment, say when you were in school or with a particular band lineup or something like that?
Yeah, it came naturally with friends that we. I didn't know so much about what I wanted to do at this time. Maybe I wanted to make it to be a football player. Maybe I would be more rich today if I managed to do that. But it was funny because I was younger, so of course I didn't know that much. It's more meetings with friends that were into music, and I was listening to music also, and I think everything went out naturally. It's
Mhm.
just yeah, and then you love it, and then you you take lessons to play your instrument and not like an idiot. And then things going on, and then the story begins and
Yeah,
continues, and we are there
things
to
things unfold. The band is Nightmare. The album is Encrypted. It's coming out June 7th on AFM Records. We talk with Yves Campion here for Let's Discuss with Lancel. So going forward with Nightmare, I see you've got some like a lot of festival dates. You guys play a ton of festivals. Any type of solid tour plan coming together, or is it going to be just mostly the big fests? I mean, we
but
are going into summer, which is when these things happen. So
yeah, we have festivals in this year 24. We are working stuff for 25. I really love to go to the US. It's something that it's one of our goals that we never managed to do because money things and money
yeah,
nowadays is the problem for a band like us. Like we cannot headline a tour in the US. We're not pretending to do that, so we have to find the right package,
yeah,
maybe catch festival. We would like to do the Milwaukee Metal Fest, for example.
hmm
But that's something that we work in on with our agent, which is not easy because we
yeah,
have, as I told you, it's a question of money. Of course, we have planned other festivals planned for next year, and we are checking out a tour for Europe, which is easier, of course, to do, even
yeah,
if it's difficult with money. But for us, we are from France, so it's not it's very it's easier to do a tour in Europe. But we want to experiment new countries, new continents that we did before. Like we've been to Egypt, we've been to Israel, we've been to Dubai, we a lot of stuff like that, and we would like, of course, to go to South America because we have a lot of fans there. We know that when we played at the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise, a lot of people came from the South America to see the show, and Canada also. But
right,
it's a question of course, it costs a lot of money. It costs visas and stuff, and
yeah,
we work on it. But we hope we can make it because it was one of our goals to cross the Atlantic and to make a real tour and to make some shows in the US, and we have a lot of support from the US. So I mean, we did a few interviews. You're not the only one that doing interviews because Dustin is doing a great job also.
he
But
is,
yeah,
yeah.
but something we want to do, of course.
Dustin, yeah, Dustin is a great guy. He works a lot of bands, and definitely. Um, Eve, I'd like to finish up with just some silly questions. I'm hoping these are questions you've never been asked before. Does that sound good?
It depends what you ask me.
You named off a lot of places that you played. Do you remember a place that you went to that was, looking back on it now, was like one of your more favorite? I don't want to ask about your absolute favorite, but one of your more favorite places that you went to that you
It's
really
a,
enjoyed going to.
it's a normal question. So
Yeah,
um, I can say Egypt. We play
Egypt.
in a festival, in Metal Blast Festival in Cairo, in Egypt, and the meeting with the people and the hospitality that we had, and these kind of countries that are not they don't have a heavy metal. I mean, metal concert every 2 days like you have in the US or that we have in France. There is not it's not easy to to play a metal concert in that kind of countries, and the hospitality of the people and the audience was fantastic.
Yeah,
Then people bring us to the pyramids as visitors, and they yeah, it's one of the of some of the country that we had one of the best hospitality, and I remember it was a great time. It was with the lineup with Maggie on vocals and Deadson. After the Deadson
mm,
album, we had the chance to play in Egypt, and we love Dubai also. We love Israel also. At the time was a lot of shows, and yeah, it's something that we really that it's in our mind and memories.
Cool. All right, I'll try and go a little further out then, see if that's a normal question. What food do you think is better as a leftover as opposed to freshly cooked?
I love Indian food.
Okay.
Tikka masala chicken.
All right. If you could be given any superpower, if we could fly, turn invisible, do whatever, what superpower would you like to have? Read minds, anything like that?
For sure. I mean, it's uh, in the world of nowadays. I would say that keep peace in
Yeah,
this
okay.
world and not no more people dying for nothing, and yeah, something that bring love more than war.
That's a great answer. Favorite toy growing up as a child?
Toy.
Did you have a favorite toy when you were a child?
Not really. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe
Okay.
a football
Okay.
ball.
Yep. Given your choice of household chores, would you rather do the dishes or the laundry?
None of them.
No. Okay. All right. Last one. This is the one we have the most fun with. If they were to make a biopic of your life, what actor would you pick to play you? And it's your movie, your life. You can pick anybody.
Wow, difficult.
You haven't been asked that one before?
Not really. No.
Okay.
I have to think about it because I'm not, I mean, familiar to cinema and movies, but um, it's difficult to say. I liked when I was younger, so I like very much Bruce Willis. So why not him?
Okay. There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Eve, was there anything, we got about 6 minutes left here. Was there anything we didn't get to talk about? Anything you didn't get to say during this interview that we didn't touch on as far as Nightmare and the new album Encrypted, which is coming out?
Something that is that we are doing, but it's in France on the 18th of October. It's a historical concert. It's already on our Facebook and already promoted already. It's something that will make a story. It's the release party, and we will play with the new lineup and the comeback of the old lineup. We play a double show,
Nice.
unique concert. Its tickets are already selling good, so people that want to go to this show, even if you have to travel. I know that we have some Greek people that want to fly into this show, and I think that's going to be something very, very special because we came back also together as friends with Joe, David, and the old guys, the old lineup. We reunited for this event. For me, it's something very important because, of course, it's a part of the story also. And this concert is on the 18th of October this year in Grenoble, France, and you can find everything. But if you can come, even if you have to travel long distance, come.
That sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of heritage there for that concert that night. So
For sure.
that will be excellent. Once again, the band is Nightmare. We've been talking to Yves Campion here today, founding member and bassist. The new album Encrypted coming out June 7th on AFM Records. Yves, safe travels for all your tours. May all your shows be sold out, and much success in the future.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the opportunity of giving this interview and to talk of the album in the US. And we really hope that we will manage to go to the US next year.
Absolutely. Hope to see you over here. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Yves. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thanks a lot.
Bye bye.
Bye.